and welcome to Dose of Wonder. I'm Caitlin, your guide on this journey through mindfulness, mental health, grief, and personal growth. Each episode will dive into honest explorations and gentle reflections to help you find moments of calm, clarity, and a little bit of wonder too. So grab your favorite cozy spot, take a deep breath, and let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today we're talking about mental health. May happens to be Mental Health Awareness Month, but honestly, mental health does not run on a calendar. It shows up every single day. On good days, on barely holding it together days, and on the days where nothing is technically wrong, but you still feel off. And that's what I want to focus on today. Not the big, intimidating advice we hear all the time. Not fix your whole life, or optimize everything, or become the best version of yourself by Monday. I want to talk about the small things, micro actions, tiny repeatable habits that actually help in real life. Because most of us already know the big stuff. Sleep more, eat better, reduce stress. But knowing something and being able to do something consistently are two very different things. So today I want to share 10 small actions that have real, research-backed impact, and more importantly, are doable even when your energy is low and your motivation is not showing up. Think of this as a menu, not a checklist. You do not need to do all 10. You just need one or two that you can come back to again and again. Let's start with the simplest one. Tip 1. Smile. I know, I can hear the eye roll already. This sounds like something you would see on a motivational poster in a dentist's office. But stay with me. When we are stressed, our bodies respond fast. Heart rate goes up, blood pressure rises, cortisol floods the system. And research shows that even a forced smile can interrupt that stress response. This is called the facial feedback hypothesis. Basically, the muscles in your face send signals back to your brain. When you engage the muscles used for smiling, even subtly, your brain reads that as, "We're safe enough to calm down." This does not mean plastering on a fake grin when you feel awful. It can be as small as a slight lift at the corners of your mouth, or softening the muscles around your eyes. That alone can lower heart rate and help your body recover from stress faster. This is not about pretending that everything is fine. It's about giving your nervous system a quick signal to stand down. Tip 2. Practice gratitude. Again, this one gets dismissed a lot, but gratitude is not about toxic positivity or ignoring what is hard. It's a mental reorientation. Our brains are wired with a negativity bias. We naturally scan for problems, threats, and what is not working. Gratitude interrupts that loop. When you name something you are grateful for, even something small, you force your brain to shift attention. That shift reduces rumination. It lowers stress hormones. It increases activity in parts of the brain associated with learning and decision making. This can be as simple as asking yourself one question. What did not go wrong today? Not what was amazing. Not what should you be grateful for. Just what was okay. That alone is enough to change your internal tone. Tip 3. Grab a coffee or green tea. This one surprised me when I first learned about it. Studies have shown a link between coffee consumption and lower rates of depression. Coffee contains antioxidants and helps regulate dopamine, which plays a huge role in mood and motivation. Now, an important caveat. If coffee makes you anxious, jittery, or wired, this is not your tip. In that case, green tea is a great alternative. It contains less caffeine and something called L-theanine, which promotes calm, focused attention. It actually increases alpha brainwave activity, similar to what we see in meditation. So whether it is coffee or tea, this is about a small ritual that supports your brain chemistry and gives you a moment of pause. Tip 4. Get outside. This doesn't mean hiking a mountain or disappearing into the wilderness. A 30-minute walk outside is enough to make a real difference. There is a concept called attention restoration theory. Modern life demands constant directed attention. Screens, emails, traffic, decisions. Nature uses what researchers call soft fascination. You notice things without effort: trees, clouds, light, movement. This gives your prefrontal cortex a break. Cortisol levels drop, rumination decreases, energy levels improve. And if you live somewhere without easy access to green space, even looking at nature helps. A tree outside your window, a park bench, a few houseplants. The goal is exposure, not perfection. Tip 5. Move your body. This is not about hardcore workouts. It's about movement, period. Any movement helps regulate stress chemicals, release endorphins, improve sleep, and reduce inflammation linked to depression. And consistency matters far more than intensity. This can look like gentle yoga, stretching at your desk, a short walk with a friend, standing up every hour and moving your shoulders and hips. The bar is intentionally low here, because low barriers are what make habits stick. Tip 6. Eat nutrient-dense food. We all know the feeling after eating a big greasy takeout meal. It tastes great in the moment, and then comes the crash. This is not about willpower, it is physiology. Your gut plays a massive role in mental health. About 90% of serotonin is produced there. Highly processed foods disrupt the gut microbiome and cause blood sugar spikes and crashes that mimic a stress response. Nutritious foods stabilize blood sugar, which stabilizes mood. If you want a simple starting point, focus on omega-3s and fiber, fatty fish, walnuts, vegetables, fermented foods. And here's the bonus: eating well counts as a small win. That matters. Tip 7. Find your creativity. Creativity is not about talent. It is about engagement. Cooking, gardening, writing, painting, trying a new recipe. Anything that pulls your attention into the present moment. Creative activities can trigger a flow state, where your internal critic quiets down and time feels different. That state is deeply restorative and gives your mind a break from chronic worry. The result doesn't matter, the process does. Tip 8. Write it down. Not a to-do list, expressive writing. When you write about what is stressing you out, you take something abstract and overwhelming and make it concrete. That creates distance. It allows you to reframe and process instead of endlessly replaying the same thoughts. Research shows that writing about emotional experiences for 15 to 20 minutes, a few times a week, can reduce symptoms of depression. You do not need perfect sentences, you just need honesty. Tip 9. Celebrate the small wins. This one is huge. When you celebrate a small accomplishment, your brain releases dopamine. That reinforces the behavior and makes you more likely to repeat it. If you only reward yourself when you reach massive goals, your reward system stays starved and burnout follows. Went for a walk, made a healthy meal, wrote one paragraph. That counts. Those wins are not optional, they are fuel. Tip 10. Try prepping. Not apocalypse prepping, life prepping. Setting out your clothes the night before, making overnight oats, packing lunch ahead of time. Every small decision burns mental energy. What to wear, what to eat, where your keys are. By reducing those decisions, you reduce cognitive overload and start the day with a sense of control. And when life feels chaotic, control is calming. So those are the 10. No magic bullet, no life overhaul. Just small, repeatable actions that compound over time. You don't need to do all of them. Pick one and commit to it for the next 7 days. See how it feels. Mental health is not built in big dramatic moments. It's built in quiet, ordinary choices made again and again. And that's it for this week's episode. Next week, I'll be getting back into self-improvement with a couple Stoic life lessons. Until next time, thanks for listening, and don't forget to live with a dose of wonder.
In the stillness we begin, with stories stitched in softer skin. A spark, a sigh, a breath.